And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus, many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve the right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office.
It was supposed to be just another Thursday morning on Capitol Hill, but Karoline Leavitt was unusually still. Earlier that morning, an anonymous file had appeared in her encrypted inbox. No message, no sender, just labeled WHTV Backroom Raw 0326.mmp3. Karoline hesitated for a moment before clicking play. The voice was unmistakable, Whoopi Goldberg. The recording was rough but clear. "We let her on for drama, not for a real conversation," Whoopi said. "The girl's a puppet. I say bait her, let her explode. Makes better clips." Karoline froze. She knew immediately what it was. A backstage moment from The View. Likely never meant to see the light of day. But it wasn't just the mocking tone. It was the intent. They had invited her on to humiliate her, to break her. Karoline replayed the tape again and again, each time her spine stiffened. "They set me up," she whispered, "and they're still doing it." This wasn't just about her. It was about manipulation, about silencing young conservative voices by design, and Karoline wasn't going to let that slide. She picked up her phone, dialed fast. "Stephen, I need you to listen to something now," she said. The file played over the speaker. Stephen's eyes widened. "I know exactly who it is," he said. Karoline cut him off. "And this is going public." Karoline uploaded the audio to a secure drive and started drafting her statement. She wouldn't scream, she wouldn't threaten, she'd let the truth do the talking. She typed, "Last week I was invited onto The View. I expected disagreement, I expected pushback. What I didn't expect was a premeditated plan to provoke, humiliate, and silence me. Today I received an anonymous recording, the voice unmistakable, Whoopi Goldberg. What she said off camera tells you everything you need to know about what happens behind the curtain." She attached the file, added the hashtag #TheViewUnmasked, and hit post. Within minutes, her notifications exploded. The first wave came from her base, MAGA supporters, conservative activists, young voters who had followed her journey. Then came the media watchdogs amplifying the story with headlines like "Karoline Leavitt exposes what really happens behind liberal media curtains." Then came the silence. No denial, no clarification, just nothing. But then someone dug up another clip, a fan-angled video shot during a commercial break. You couldn't see much, but you could hear Whoopi off camera saying, "Let her talk herself into a corner. Makes for better ratings." That was the match. Within an hour, The View Unmasked was trending #1 nationwide. Podcasters picked it up. Fox News booked her on prime time. Even liberal outlets couldn't ignore it. Backstage at ABC, panic set in. Producers huddled, eyes glued to the screens. Whoopi stood with her arms crossed, jaw tight, watching the clips circulate like wildfire. She didn't speak, but her silence said everything. Karoline didn't gloat. She didn't post a second video. She waited. Sometimes the most powerful move is to let the truth echo while your opponents scramble to catch their breath. By the next morning, Karoline's name was everywhere, from morning talk shows to primetime panel. But not all the coverage was celebratory. The View broke their silence with a statement. "Recent audio circulating online has been taken out of context. The View has always welcomed diverse perspectives and will continue to do so with respect and integrity." Karoline raised an eyebrow as she read it. Out of context? Really? She had expected damage control, but what she didn't expect was the media spin machine going into overdrive. Several outlets immediately began suggesting that the clip lacked nuance or intended sarcasm. Karoline knew the difference between sarcasm and strategy. Then came a direct message from an anonymous account. "You haven't heard the worst of it. They cut the rest of the tape. Want to hear how deep this goes?" Attached was a second audio file. This time it wasn't just Whoopi. It was another co-host, Joy Behar, laughing. "Let her cry about being attacked. That's the game conservatives love to play. The victim card." Karoline froze. It was no longer just a personal attack. It was systemic, orchestrated, and now she had the proof. She saved the file, looked into the mirror one last time, and stepped onto the live set. The anchor greeted her. "You've sparked a media firestorm. What do you say to people who claim you're just playing the victim?" Karoline smiled. Not the smile of someone cornered, but the smile of someone holding the next ace. "I don't play victim. I expose patterns. And I've just received a second tape." The anchor blinked. "You mean another recording?" Karoline nodded. "Yes, and it's worse. The studio fell silent. In that moment, Karoline knew the battle wasn't over. It had just begun. She posted the second audio clip at exactly 7 p.m. The View Unmasked Part 2. The recording began with idle chatter between the co-hosts, then unmistakably, Joy Bihar's voice.